How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we have a pretty cool lure build that we're doing. You know, obviously by, you can tell by the title and the thumbnail what we are doing. But I was inspired when I was driving back from work. It's fall, the birch leaves are starting to, their leaves are starting to change colors, and I was inspired. So I went ahead, I collected some birch leaves, and then I went ahead and I picked up this lovely birch branch as well. So we got to cut this to size and get it a little bit processed before we can make our bait. So let's get into it. Alright, so I have my pull saw. It's literally the only saw that I have besides my little hacksaw. Alright, but where I pulled it off, we're going to square this off and then cut it back here a little bit. And then we'll have some extra to do other projects. Let me get the coarse side. Luckily, birch is a pretty soft wood. Alright, so we have our piece right here, and as you see, it is still pretty, it's not dried out very well. That looks so nice in there. It's not dried out very well, so we're gonna peel this bark, and then I'm actually gonna toss it in the oven, get it dried out a little bit more. That's just gonna contribute to a better bait, since it still has some moisture in it. So we just gotta bake it a little bit. This is gonna carve real nice too, since birch is not so dense of a wood. But yeah, I can just feeling it has moisture in it. So we're just going to toss her in the oven, give her a little bake, and then we will be back. I might save this. I might have an idea to use the bark later. Alright, so we have our birch all dried out, and it actually did form a crack right there. And there's a little one on the other side too. Right in the center, it's not as noticeable as this side. So originally I was like, oh, let's do a small, like jerkbait or like little crankbait. But I changed my mind. We are going to do a little popper. So I'm just gonna let the wood speak to me. It's gonna tell me what shape it needs to take. But I will just get it a little bit squared up. Alright, so I'm getting the basic shape out. So I have, this will be the front, this will be the back. The back is going to be really wide, and, or not super wide, but it'll be wider and flat and tapered down. And big pop in mouth, and then more flat, a little bit tapered towards the end, and then some slight taper back here. So just keep on going. Alright, so we're getting this shaped out more and more. So, flat back. And now I'm starting just to bring the bottom in. And that's just going to slope a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But, so far so good. And some of the wood grains, it's not showing up very well on camera, but when I'm carving, oh, some of the wood grains are just beautiful. I love birch. I love it. Alright, so we are going to put the blade away. Looks pretty rough right now, but trust the process, because we're going to pick up the sandpaper, and that's where I really like to just fine tune things. So we're just going to get to sanding, and then once that mouth is on it, that popping mouth, that'll really bring it together. Alright, it is time to bust out my new favorite toy, the Dremel, because we got this sanded out just very coarsely, and we're gonna get this popper going. I haven't used this much, I'm gonna be honest, so it's still a learning curve, but it's one of my new favorite toys. Alright, we're getting there. Look at that, we were getting that hollowed out, but so it's just flat. I wanna make it concave. So let's switch again. Get the little bag of goodies here. I think that's what I want. Okay. Alright. Okay. I need to sand it out, but that did kind of what I wanted to do. It wasn't the cleanest, and I haven't used this that much, but we are popping, y'all. I literally do this every time. When I'm putting a hook hanger hole in, I always pop out the top. Oh. I'm always like, oh, I have room. Alright, hook hangers, line ties made. And I'm not too worried about weighting this bait. If I was, I would weight it back here. Just so it sits in the water like this, and you get a lot better popping, in my opinion. Alright, line tie is in for the rest of the hook hangers. This line tie is pretty long, and I got these pretty close together since it's a popper, so it was hitting the line, tie, and I couldn't put this hook hanger in. So I just offset it slightly, which will not be a big deal at all because it's still centered and the weight will be fine. Okay, there we go. All the line tie, and we got the hook hangers in. And honestly, I'm just gonna do a super glue seal, since this will just be more of a decoration instead of using a polyurethane, which I typically use. Alright, so you don't know what a super glue clear coat is? So literally, you just take super glue, you just soak it, and you just rub it in. So I got the super glue seal on. I just gave it a quick sand. Now we can start putting leaves on. But this is pretty much how like I envisioned this popper, just a flat back with a big gnarly mouth. So this is a big popper. So let me get some leaves. Oh my gosh. So I've gotten all these leaves quite a while ago, so they're all like kind of crunchy and crispy. So hopefully they'll be okay. Got my super glue, and I got a little stick, a little chopstick for. So I'm gonna start at the back here. And let's get a. So I'm gonna cut these stems off. Okay. So I'm gonna start layering from the back, and what I think, let me try. These leaves are cooler. These birch leaves. I like the spikiness. I'm gonna try these first. See if they will work. They're a lot drier. And I'm going to literally cut right down that vein to cut this in half. Well, that cut very beautifully. Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna try super glue since these are basically like paper now. Put some super glue on the back here. Using my finger right now to smooth out this leaf. Oh, back end came off. Oh my gosh, why is that like so beautiful? Then I have an idea for this right after I get all of the leaves on there. So let me grab another leaf. Like, not kind of, this is not really going like how I envisioned it. I thought you would see more layers, but these are just kind of like blending together a bit. Alright, so reset, I took those off, sanded them off. Alright, now I just got the single leaf. And it's kind of cool. It has like some like neat texture to it. I just thought this would turn out like different. Alright, so this is what we have so far. So it's like, it's not exactly how I envisioned it, but I will say, it is kind of cool though. Maybe it'll look better in the sunlight. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. But I'm hoping with these green leaves that I have, that I can get a good layering with this. So far, I'm gonna layer the next one on. That's not so bad. That's kind of neat. I gotta trim the sides up a little bit. I'll do that at the end. Okay, that's kind of cool though. The different layers. Gosh, I wish the one was more centered though. Shoot, I was kind of rushing things. Oh, I trimmed these a little bit extra off. Dude, I trimmed too much off. I'm struggling. Alright, I say without further ado, let's get a clear coat on this. Alright, got our clear coat mixed up. Clear coat on this bad boy. I'm gonna paint the clear coat on this way so I don't lift any of those leaves up. Pretty well though. I'm gonna hit it with that air dryer. Alright, so we finally got this birch bait. We got it all good to go. There's a little drippage. There's a little drippage with the epoxy because I put so much of it on. But it turned out good. I wasn't so sure about it at first, but you know what? It's grown on me. Let's be real. So here we go. We have the birch bait. And it actually looks really... It honestly, in my opinion, it looks better on camera, but like, it looks pretty cool. I think it's just kind of like too late right now and too cold to kind of go out and test it. But here's the front. That's just all natural rings. But you can see a little bit of extra epoxy, especially like right there, you can see. So I'll just sand that off where there's like a little bit of drippage, and there's like, because it has this leaf, it has like texture to it. But it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. I wasn't so sure at first, but like I said, it definitely grew on me. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. It definitely was a unique one. I have some other ideas with some other media and gluing it onto baits. But hope you enjoyed. We'll see you for the next one.